Hello, welcome back to Prospect, Kentucky on May Day, May 1st, 2020, Friday. Today's a very special day here in Prospect, Kentucky because it is the Kentucky Oaks Day. I'd like to take this time to explain that this is a very sad week for us here in Louisville, Kentucky. This is easily the biggest week of the entire year, every year in Louisville, Kentucky. And because of the coronavirus pandemic, everything has been shut down or postponed. And in fact, I cannot personally remember the last time that we've had this great a weather on both Friday for the Oaks and Saturday for the Derby. Today was in the mid-70s, tomorrow's going to be the 80s. No rain in sight. That hasn't happened in years. But no one gets to enjoy it because of the coronavirus pandemic. But we're going to get through this together. And so, of course, what I'm going to do on today's version of Bourbon and Books with the Doctor, I'm going to deviate from our bourbon drinks and, of course, show you the official Kentucky Oaks cocktail, the Lily, the Oaks Lily. So I'm Dr. Andrew DeGruccio, orthopedic surgeon and amateur mixologist. And what I've got here are the official Oaks Lily glasses that we've gotten from the Oaks over the last few years. I'm going to use last year's glass to make today's Oaks Lily for you. So this is a really easy cocktail, and I guarantee you it will be very popular at every one of your parties. So make sure you have a lot of mixing materials for this one. So let's get our graduated mixer. And the recipe calls for vodka. I like to take a flavored vodka. I usually take a citrus flavored vodka, and this is absolute Citron that I'll use. And I'm just going to get 1 ounce of that. And then our next big ingredient is cranberry juice. And we need 3 ounces of that. Then you need 1/2 ounce of your simple syrup, which we've made a 1-to-1 mixture of water, sugar, warm on the stovetop, and then saved in our refrigerator. It's still lasting a long time. We're going to add 1/2 ounce of that I've already pre-measured out. And I've already squeezed out 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. That goes in there. You could also, the two of those are basically a sour mixture. So if you have sour, you could do 1 ounce of sour mixture as opposed to those two. Or you could use lime juice as well as lemon juice. Okay, so those are our main ingredients. And then the last but not least is a minor ingredient. It's Cointreau or triple sec. And all the cocktail recipe calls for is a small splash of that. I like my Cointreau, so I'll pour a little bit. Okay, we'll pour that into our shaker where I have some ice, and we'll give that a good shake. We should strain that into our glass that's chilling with ice. And then our garnish for this should be a lemon peel or a lemon slice and a cherry. There's the official Oaks Lily. As you know, on Kentucky Oaks, they're racing for the lilies, the garnish of lilies. Tomorrow, they would have been racing for the garland of roses. In any case, this is a very popular cocktail at every party. It's very tasty, and you'll enjoy that. Let's pair that up with a book. Since it's so sweet and tasty and addictive, I've picked this book, The Hacking of the American Mind. This is an interesting read about the study of neurobiology and neurosciences. See, as they started to understand the brain and the neuroreceptors and the stimulants of the brain, the chemicals that control all of our reactions. These studies of neuroscience and neurobiology started giving scientists indications of what controlled all of us. Well, it wasn't just the scientists and doctors that took advantage of that, but major corporations in America. And this book points out that it wasn't too surprising that the studies of neurosciences improved and came up with concrete evidence that corporations modified our food chain to take advantage and essentially hack our own brains, providing stimulants in our own food chain that modified our behavior. This book talks about why there's certain ingredients in fast foods, why there's certain ingredients, number one, sugar in almost every food at our grocery stores. It's about hacking the American mind. And it came out of the studies out of neuroscience and neurobiology. And this book goes over it in a fairly basic manner, so it's not too complicated, but it really points out some of the things that actually should make you mad because we're being manipulated by our own corporations using biology against us. And this cocktail will give you an indication of how that works, because these things are addictive. So in any case, it's Kentucky Oaks. We're missing the big race. Normally we'd have a big gathering here with a bunch of these in hand, watching the races, placing bets. We'll have to do it this year without. We're coming out of this coronavirus home isolation. We're now healthy at the workplace. We got to keep social distancing, wearing masks, and a lot of washing of hands. We're not out of this coronavirus pandemic completely yet. There are still going to be more cases. This is going to go on for a long time. So make sure and be safe out there and have a good cocktail.